Welcome to Strategic Command World War II War in Europe, Episode 2. Hopefully this time I can get my drop-down menus to work. Last time I had trouble with them. We're going to load up the single-player menu. Keep our settings the same, and let's get this game started. Okay. Back to the battle. Let's take a look and see what our status is. Our war maps tells us who we're at war with. Clearly we're fighting now. We've got it going on with England and France. And Canada, of course. So that's going on. With regards to our purchases, we've got a lot going as far as whoops, I didn't buy anything, did I? Good. Production, a lot of stuff starting to come up. We got some paratroopers coming up. Those are the paratroopers we delayed. Looks like a battleship, another HQ. Good, we're going to need all that for the invasion of France. Looks like we've got some money to spend. Diplomacy, let's see how we're doing with Yugoslavia's up to 56%. So we're knocking on the door with them joining the Axis. That's good. And part of our strategy here is, and we've got advanced tanks fired up, and we're moving along nicely with anti-tank weapons. We need to get this going too. Now, I mean, we just need to get as much of this stuff going as we possibly can afford, because it's going to pay off later in the war. Logistics, what does that do for us? Each new level of logistics research reduces operational movement cost by 10%. Also increases the build limit of HQs and all types of transports by 1 per level. Yeah, I prefer the production tax, so we're going to close that. Maybe do some. And then we're going to start moving. We're going to start the big move to the west. So let's get moving units. And we're moving our air forces over here. Shouldn't cost very much to operationally move this. Well, we really want to do the stuff that's the farthest away. These units that I can get to the west. We are going to leave some behind. I don't think I'm going to leave. I know I'm going to leave the Slovakian Corps behind. I'm not leaving any armies behind. These guys are staying here, staying put here. Whoops. Probably ought to leave that Corps too. That HQ might need to be. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff moving over. Do we have much money left here? Still got 22 in the bank. What are our subs out here? Whoa, what do we got? That is a cruiser. Light cruiser. Let's get out of there. See if we can avoid detection next turn. Now, I don't know if there's an enemy sub. We had some sort of evidence there's an enemy sub over here. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. And we're going to go after this... What is that? It's an enemy cruiser? Yeah, we're going to hammer him. And I'm going to move this sub right off of Halifax. Oh, oops, didn't want to do that. Oh, well. So now I've got one sub into the... Can I get this guy any farther out of here? No, I cannot. Out of the way. We don't seem to have any enemy vessels. I am going to move that unit there. I'm going to put some of these units in ports. I just don't want them getting attacked if I can avoid it. Subs should be okay. I'm going to keep these subs near the ports. Yeah, they should be fine. Sooner or later, we're going to take over Denmark here, so the Danes will be ours. Okay, so we got Germany is looking like they're in good shape here. We've got some new technological advancements going, working hard on those. Italy, let's get Italy going. We've got the Air Force working here. Let's see what we've got going down here south. If I can upgrade any of these guys, I can't because I don't have a command group down there. You know, the idea here is I'm gonna get Yugoslavia on our side in the war. It's not gonna stop them from having partisans, but it is going to allow for us to concentrate Italy in Africa. And I think that's what I want to do here. So let's get these guys reinforced to the hilt. Max that. Okay. Italy's still got 21 bucks left. Let's reinforce them a little bit. Okay. Let's move these tanks. Oh boy, start moving them down the coast so I can get them to a port. I want to get them to a port. And I'm going to take them to Africa. Whoops. And I'm going to take them to Africa. We're gonna plan on fighting in Africa in the long term. I wanna make a drive on Alexandria. See if I can get something done. Let's get Yugoslavia going on our side. Maybe let's start throwing some money at Turkey and Iraq to see if we can get those guys to join us. I think that's gonna do it for this turn. Yeah, I've done my German Navy. I've moved to just about everybody I can move. I want to move them off there. And everybody's upgraded. Core, Army, Core. We need more armies. And that'll do it for that turn. You know, one of the things I do like about this game is that it's easy to grasp. I mean, it's not... I seem to have locked up here. I don't know what's going on. There we go. For whatever reason, the window for ending the turn doesn't seem to be popping up. The game itself does a good job of representing World War II and a lot of the events that are going to happen in World War II, and also does a good job of giving the Axis powers choices. You've got to make tough choices. You've got to decide: am I going to, you've got a limited amount of resources, and how are you going to spend them? And for me, I think that Germany's strength is in its ability to fight armored and have the best armored units and be ahead of the curve on the armored units. The Allies will catch you. They're going to have more money, and in the long run, Russia is going to swamp you. So you got to knock Russia out. Got to knock them out. And I don't think you can knock England out. And Germany, just, this game's about resources. A lot of this game is resources too. the more territory you capture, the more resources you get, and Germany can start hauling in some big amounts of resources, and then you can really start throwing units into the fray. But you are limited. If you look at the purchase limit, you're limited in the total amount of units you can have. So you know your strategic options are still wide open, but you can't do everything you want to do. There's just too much to be able to do that. The Allies, on the other hand, at the beginning, they're obviously not blessed with units, but they are blessed with vast resources. The Britons, of course, got a great navy. I mean, you can do some damage to the British Navy. You can do a lot of damage to them if you do it smart. You know, you can hit them with the Italians, you can hit them with the Germans, and you really can do some damage to them. I've done, you know, the game I've got going on. I'm in 1943. The Germans are getting beat on the Eastern Front, but the British Navy and the ability of the Allies in the West to attack, I've severely hampered it by being able to just hammering the British Navy. And I've hammered a couple of convoys coming across the Atlantic. I've even sallied the German Navy into the Mediterranean, but yeah. Let's see if that submarine is over here as well. Hopefully it's not. And so, you know, your naval options as far as the Axis are a little bit more open in this game than they are, say, the World War I game, Strategic Command World War I. I'm really looking forward to getting a game going on with Strategic Command in World War I and putting it on. Now, I know that Matrix is, I think it's Matrix Games or Slytherin is come out with the World War I Classic, and I think that is on Steam. I'm going to check it today. I bought it off of Matrix's website, so I've already got the World War I and I think there's World War I, and then there was a DLC that I also bought. And some great. I think you know, one of the nice ones on that too was that they had a Franco-Prussian War scenario in there. I'd love to play that again. That was fun, especially playing as France because it's challenging, and the Prussians really have an advantage in that particular battle. So we're processing the events here. We should be going on to our next turn pretty soon here. In the later games, the in-between turn move tends to be a little more okay. So they didn't get me with the subs this time. Let's start our turn over here and let's roll this sub. I do not know where he went with that cruiser. He took off. So we can get some attention. And where's my other sub? It's over here. Sometimes you gotta just kind of I'm going to move him to what I think will be some happier hunting grounds down here, but it's going to be a turn before I get into those lanes. I just want to keep a presence over there. I don't think we're going to change the course of the war yet by just dropping a couple subs out there. Can I upgrade this unit? How much money do I have? Okay, Germany's got 248, so let's upgrade the tanks. There we go. Yeah, let's increase our mobility. We still have 148. Upgrade. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now we got Panzer. Well, they look a little better. I don't think they're 3s. I think maybe it went from 1s to 2s. Let's get these bombers over here. This core is moving along nicely. And again, the idea is let's just get as much stuff moving as far west as we can. And then the stuff that's farther will operationally move it. Blocked up here. What's going on? Whoops. There we go. We'll operationally move you. What is that? A core? Can't operate them. What? I don't have enough money? Nope, I guess I don't. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave these guys to Lublin and these guys in... So what are we in now? What's our... November of 1939. So we're slowly but surely getting our troops over here. Can't reinforce them. I can upgrade these guys at least. A little nose art. So at least we got that guy upgraded. Let's take a look at Italy. Let's max them out. Italy's not at war yet, but I'm going to move my navy. Keep the rest of my forces in the harbors. We'll start transporting him next turn. Any money left? 42. Let's reinforce this guy. And that should do it for Italy for this turn. And we will end the turn. Yes. Again, what we want to do with Italy is we need to get that. We need to get this. My idea here is get this headquarters ready to go. Probably move our air force down to Sicily and then down into Africa, and get the full force of our military Italian might in Africa. And attacking Greece is such a pain as Italy, because this is your area. You've got to drive the Greeks out of here. This is all defense area here. Defensive, defensive, defensive. And then the only way to get to Athens is to drive down this road. And if you do it with infantry, forget taking Athens. You can just forget it. You can't take it with just infantry. You've got to have armor or artillery, etc., etc. There we go. Nice. Cause a little bit of... Okay, so the Allied raiders are in the Norway-Germany convoys. And we'll get ready to start the next turn here, which is getting into November of 1939, or probably December, probably mid-December. There we go. have to go for the sinking of that. You know, every bit of damage you do to something causes transport unload. I don't know what's going on there. It must be British dropping off in France. One of the things you can do on this too is you can increase your intelligence, you know, and that helps knowing where everything's at and getting an idea where your enemy is, and it can be useful. You know, knowing where you're you know, getting the intelligence reports about where your enemy forces are, and it can tell you where they are coming across the Atlantic, and yep, they're getting ready to power up for the war. You can make some ground up in here in Italy because the French just basically drain this area of resources when you invade France, but generally speaking, Italy doesn't get a whole lot. All right, we've got another unit that's... Okay, we're going to make a hit and probably get out of here. Russo-Finnish war is going on. And the West is mad at Russia for attacking Finland. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here. And what I'll probably do with them is head them south to this convoy line here and just mess with them a little bit. Subs harassing that convoy line. The Norway, okay, there's a sub there. I don't think I want to engage them. So much money Germany's got here. 240. Let's reinforce up here. Yeah, max it. Obviously, if you've been watching this, you can know that all units are on a 10-unit scale. But if your units get experience, you can kick them up into elite, get some elite reinforcements, which gives them just an extra added punch in the battle. I like that a lot when you get a little extra. When you have that 11. Gotta leave some money for transport. That's a core, right? Oh boy. I need a core there because I'm going to go after Denmark. Guys, I want to get them across the supply route here somewhere. Can always move them. Sure what good they're going to do that far down south. But. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. Germany's still got 21. Not a lot of money left over. Hurting in the Hurtgen. Still 10 left over. We need to get the rest of the. I've got a good frame. We've got a sizable force over here. Could use some more armor. Let's get Italy going here. Let's transport these guys. Yep. And I think I want to run these guys out of Tobruk. Whoops. Hey, what are you doing? Let's max you up on reinforcements, and Italy's just about out of cash. Be just safe, a little bit safe here with the transport. Let's get these guys moving down here. And that'll end that turn. And we'll run one more turn. And then call it a video. Because there's not a lot of combat. The French army, you know, I think the best way to handle France is to go as the Germans did historically, which is to go through Bastogne, Ardennes, you know, to make that push through the Ardennes straight towards Paris. You know, you can punch, you can go Bastogne, Ardennes, and then kind of punch north of Paris towards Reims, and then cut towards the north just like the Germans did towards Dunkirk. That's another way to do it, obviously. But in this game, knocking them out. The Russians are expelled from the League of Nations. Oh boy, that'll be horrible. League of Nations, that's a big loss for them. That's sarcasm. And they're still messing with my Swedish imports, looks like. And we do have some reinforcements that should be coming on. I think they're coming on this turn. Let's see if they attack us out at sea. Guess not. I would have liked to kill one of those British, or excuse me, those Canadian ships. I would have liked to sunk one of those. We did some damage. Cost them some money. Next question is do I want to start, we're in December, do I want to start war with Denmark sooner rather than later? Maybe get one more army group up there. U-32 disrupted Iraq UK convoys. UK lost. Nice. I might have to send some more U-boats out there. Okay, let's get this turn going. Let's start with naval, because I don't want to. Keep him a little bit farther out there. Oh. Ooh. Sink him, though. Oof. I wish I just had the ability to sink him. Oh, well. I took some damage on my sub, too. That wasn't cool. Alright, let's get... I want this corps to be able to drive towards The Hague. Kind of hard to see my units in this. What do I got to spend? Still 209 still. Should have an army group I could get up there. Supplying these guys is going to be tough. That ought to do it. I think that's going to upgrade some guys here. I don't need naval weaponry. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. Oof. Just to get them mobile, huh? I should have. What I should have done is transport a couple more of those units. I still got this army here. I'm gonna need to move them. And it does it for Germany. Let's see what we've got left. We've got 155, so I probably ought to. Let's see what I can do here. All right. Let's look at the research. Okay, tanks. Advanced tanks is starting to get better. Advanced subs is heading in the right direction. Artillery. Don't want to spend any more because once you get it once, you're done. Production and tech. Industrial tech. Still don't have enough money for that. check our purchase. What can we get here? Garrison, cavalry, anti-air. Motor torpedo boat. Sweet. Let's go with cavalry, huh? Might as well. Can afford it. Purchase them. Cool. Got a cavalry division. Nice. All right, let's close. And, oh, Italy. Well, Benghazi, I could land there. I'm going to move them to Derna, and then I'm going to have a entire area that's under our control here. Air Force build up. Whew. Okay, let's max them out. Nice. Okay, our Navy's looking pretty good. I think 2 more turns, at least Navy's going to be ready to go. We're going to need to get some more infantry units. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And that's going to be it for this episode of Strategic Command World War II in Europe. Not much combat this round, but we did get our units moved over to the West Front, prepared, and we're preparing to launch our attack into Luxembourg and Ardennes, which we should be well into attacking France by episode 3. Thanks for watching this episode. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you like the video and like the content, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or any thoughts on strategy, thoughts on things that I'm doing right, thoughts on things I'm doing wrong, you are welcome to give me your opinion. Love to hear it. It's always interesting to get other ideas on from other players too as well, because I see different players have different styles for this game, and there's a lot to this game. It's subtle, it's easy to learn, but there are some things that you can do as far as moving things around amphibiously and operating them along the ocean, as well as thoughts on how to move and deal with your navies. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.